Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. For a species to avoid extinction, it must be able to produce many strong, healthy offspring that can survive the environment it is exposed to. I have covered the female sexual strategy in episode 7, and today I will cover the male sexual strategy. In the last episode, I talked about Robert Triver's parental investment theory, which is the theory that the sex that invests a larger sacrifice in reproduction and is more limited in the offspring that they can produce will be more selective when choosing a mate, and the less investing sex that can produce more mates in abundance will have intrasexual competition for sexual access. Males differ from females in the sense that the mandatory reproductive duties end at conception, whereas women have to endure 9 months of pregnancy. This causes women to be more selective with their reproductive partner, which causes men to widen their acceptance criteria. Historically, for our male ancestors, this meant that men rarely filtered females. Sexually speaking, they would accept any woman that was available to them because a new ejaculation is only 30 minutes away. With sexual access a rare commodity, males developed biological urges to reproduce in such quantities that ensured survival. Reproduction for men could be over in minutes, where they could spread their seed far and wide to maximise their reproductive success. For males, it's entirely a numbers game. Spread the seed as far and wide as possible. This is the male strategy embedded within our biology, unmetered access to unlimited women. It's a feature, not a bug of our firmware, and it has enabled our species to become the preeminent animal on the planet. Women that indicate various markers of good fertility and overall health were very highly sought after during the Paleolithic era. Although much has changed in the last 2.4 million years, our paleo-mammalian cortex has not. This aspect of the mammalian brain still operates the same, even if it's subconscious. Men still have the urge to mate with as many women as possible. Society shames men for this, but it's instinctive. Men desire to spread their seed as far and wide as they have the capacity to do, and if they have less options, their standards will drop to satisfy the urge. This can be observed in many areas in life, the closing time effect, where men will seduce any woman 5 minutes before the pub shuts for the night, or how your perception of a woman's attractiveness varies disproportionately with the amount of women in the environment. The less women that are available, the more attractive the available women appear. The sexual strategy of unmetered access to unlimited sexuality has had to adapt slightly to suit the social conventions. Today, men are required to make a larger reproductive sacrifice and invest in their offspring. There are big financial consequences to fathering a child. As a result, men need to filter women a bit more carefully to ensure that they are producing offspring with a woman that will offer the best return for investment. The modern man understands that some women represent a better reproductive investment than others. This return of investment might take a different form to what you think. It's not financial or social, but physical, like it was for our male ancestors. Men are still programmed to favour the same women that they favoured during the Paleolithic era. The part of the brain responsible for determining sexual suitability has remained largely unchanged, despite significant development that has given rise to the neocortex. Men favour women that display cues that show that they are capable of delivering a healthy child, their child, that will be nourished pre- and postnatal. Men of all ages will favour young women, women that are 18 to 23, who are in their most fertile years, which give a man the best chance of his offspring surviving a full pregnancy term. Men of all ages will favour a woman who is vibrant and attractive because it indicates high levels of growth hormone, a key hormone in fetal development. Cues of this are soft skin, full lips, lustrous hair, clear eyes, and good muscle tone. Men of all ages will favour physical symmetry. A symmetrical bone and facial structure indicate that a woman has less genetic mutations in her DNA, which ensures that superior genes are passed down to his offspring. Men of all ages will favour a woman with wide hips that indicate that she is fully developed, ready to deliver a baby through her vaginal canal. Wide hips also increase the chance of the baby surviving the birth, a rare occurrence for our ancestresses. Men of all ages will favour a woman with a narrow waist that indicate that she is not pregnant with another man's child. Men of all ages will favour a woman with well-developed breasts, which indicate that a woman is capable of supplying the child with nourishment that would see them grow stronger, faster. These are all the physical traits that men look for. Other traits that men highly favour include agreeableness and cooperation. These traits ensure that a woman would listen to masculine direction, which grounded her in the jungle. An absence of sexual experience is also a highly lucrative quality. A woman's chastity is the most reliable indicator of future sexual fidelity. This increases a man's ability to ensure paternity, which is a factor that strikes so deeply at a man's primitive biology and is something that is often overlooked by most women. All men feel the same way, although most men won't admit it. because female sexuality dictates that it's unacceptable for a man to feel this way. Despite modern social conventions, men will still behave in a way that aligns with this primitive urge, even if it's unconscious. Just take a look at the comparison between men and women. OkCupid founder Christian Rudder revealed all in his book Dataclysm: Love, Sex, Race and Identity, what our online lives tell us about our offline selves. Years of data from his application indicate that men of all ages, including men who are up to 50, swiped right most consistently to women in the age range 18 to 23. In addition to this suppressed instinct, men are programmed to seek sexual variety. Monogamy is antithetical and incompatible with the evolution of our species, and men have evolved to impregnate as many women as possible to ensure that our species lives on. It is because of this that no one woman can ever satisfy a man's insatiable thirst for sexual exploration. Again, whether men will admit it or not, their biological imperative is to spread their seed as far and wide as possible. Understand that the men who vehemently deny this are often limited in their sexual selection to one woman who will take them. This is actually most men these days, and so their evolutionary desire is suppressed, but it still lurks within their subconscious. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, but men are the gatekeepers of relationships. This is why you will generally find men pushing for sex, but women pushing for relationships, or at least you should be letting her push you for a relationship. Strippers, prostitutes, and porn all go against this concept. All of these institutions take the sexual leverage that a woman has over a man and allows him to obtain it for a fixed price. A woman can't get the same exchange. Porn is extremely problematic for women in the sense that no woman can compete with an unrealistic, idealised woman in a pornograph. Here is a final thought. A man must influence the social conventions to work in his favour and allow him to reproduce to satisfy his own male nature. Become familiar with male nature. Do not be ashamed of it. It's natural, and it's these differences that constitute the curiosity of all the animals in the animal kingdom. The reason humankind has proliferated so far and wide is because of man's insatiable thirst for sex. Don't let anyone, especially a woman, convince you that it's wrong to have these instincts. Women have their own sexual strategy, and the ability for her sexual strategy to succeed is adversely affected by yours succeeding. Be sure to be responsible with your instincts. Understanding that it's okay to have them is not a license to turn rogue or violent. The men that are capable of fulfilling their biological imperative should be using protection to prevent themselves from chaining themselves to women that they don't want to. Ensure you always use condoms to protect against unwanted pregnancies. Condoms or a vasectomy are the only way that you can prevent an unwanted pregnancy. The other 100 forms of protection are not reliable because they do not put the control in your hands. I will unpack the necessity of contraception at length in a future episode coming soon. By using contraception, a man can still satisfy his biological urge to mate with as many women as possible, as well as filtering the women who will bear him the most healthy offspring. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 9, I'll go through how to smart multitask. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.